This is me. Bet you're wondering how I got here.
No one was wondering that.
Bet you're wondering how we got here. I've always wanted to do one of those. I'm a real YouTuber now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as esteemed fellow council, I call this meeting into session. So, as the title suggests, there's this really awesome streamer I was playing with a couple days ago. His name is Magma. It's a really, really good Roy. He was just playing really good that day. I was playing really good. He was playing really good that day. Yeah, this is a video I've been wanting to make for a while because it's a video. I think it's an idea. I think we can all learn to learn, and that is making 3-stock comebacks. They're not easy, right? But they kind of are. So this is a really good Roy named Magma. I was down like 3 stocks, and I still managed to like pull this game off. Like how, you know? Roy's pretty good. I was at like 70% on my last stock. Greninja's not the best at making comebacks, so I think I want to preface this video with like one thing and one thing only. Actually, I'm gonna preface it with a question, right? Number one question: what stock do you think is the most important, the most vital to making the 3-stock comeback? But Tion, obviously it's the 3rd stock, right? It's the 3rd stock. The 3rd stock it's the one that wins you the game, right? Wrong. To me, at least, it's the 2nd stock. The 2nd stock is the most important. It's the most important while you're playing. You play really well. You want to make sure that you get rid of it. It's like combos are crucial to land like during the 2nd stock. So it's like crucially just playing at peak during that 2nd stock. We'll take this stock by stock. So yeah, I'm like down. How did I lose that 1st stock? I think I just tried to get F smash, don't I? Yeah, this guy dude is like super F smash happy. He's a more aggressive Roy. Oh, but no, that was a really good read. Never mind. No, that was a really good read actually. Yeah, he's really good at that. I like doing the same thing with like Young Link F smash, like F smash 1, and then like roll read into like something else. But yeah, so yeah, he takes that 1st stock like really, really smart. So I think isn't the 2nd stock like that's my random F smash? There's another smart read. Yeah. I land like the same way every single time. So I am now down 3 stocks. He's only at 66%. Number one, to just like to any sort of 3-stock comeback, right? You need to calm down, especially when you're in tournament. It's even harder. This was just a friendlies match on stream. Getting rid of this 1st stock is crucial, right? It's your first. It's like, okay, is this 3-stock comeback possible? Is it even possible? And then you can see, right? Is it possible? Can you get that 1st stock? Yes, you can. Yes, not. No. So one thing to keep in mind, and that kind of calms me down, that I kind of remind myself every time I'm trying to make a 3-stock comeback, you know, we're if the game was like 7 minutes, we're like 4 minutes into the game. I've got 3 stocks worth of damage on him. So at that point, right, I haven't killed him, right? I'm still down 3 stocks, but more than likely, because the match has been going on so long, I've at least got like a good amount of damage racked up on him, right? So like, just keep that in mind. Like, you're not really down 3 stocks, right? You're down like 1.5 stocks, 2.5 stocks, right? It's like, just be patient, right? Greninja, even though it is hard to find the kill sometimes, don't be antsy like that and go for like random S smashes. That might have been a misinput, but like lots of empty lands, right? That was just good. That was just good on my part, and I gimped him, right? I was patient. I played really well. I wasn't like super like, you know, aggressive. I just waited for him to do something and punished as Greninja does, really strong, and I just punished with like a bread and butter. I didn't try to do anything like super crazy, just a good bread and butter, and then just checkmate situation, right? I forced the air dodge with the shuriken, and then up B with just skip through it, right? So like already right there, boom. They asked, could I do it? Could I make the 3-stock comeback? I answered yes. Look, I got the 1st stock, right? So this is now becomes the most crucial moment, right? Now this is stock number 2. A couple things I have written down for stock number 2. Stock number 2 is where you want to get your 0 to death. It's where you want to get your good reads. It's where you want to get your 0 to 90 combos. It's where you want to, you know, just be tack sharp with like your bread and butters, right? If your character has really good ledge trapping, try to get your opponent to some situation where, like Samus, right, bro, if I had $1 for every time I have a teaser, I just like lose entire stocks because I'm just like at ledge and there's nothing I can do. Same for 24K. Sometimes my entire stocks or 0 to 90s come from not necessarily combos, but from those ledge trapping situations on reads. Like that's really good too. One thing I also want to say too is like mixing up is so important. It's so important. A lot of empty hops, tomahawks, empty jumps, and empty lands are a really good. Stock 2 is so detrimental because you just have to play so solid. It's the middle ground. It's the second stock. So yes, one thing I also say that's really like unbelievably good, and I don't quite see as many people do it, and I see a lot of top players do it, like mixing up your timings. I remember hearing Salem say that like a long time ago. I was like, oh, he's just talking. I was just saying he's talking. You know, top players talking and whatnot. Like, no. Like legitimately, like stalling your attack by like, even just by like a small fraction of a second, it's so good. And it's one of the things that helps Greninja out so much, because a lot of people like just automatically have like, oh, this is how this is, you know, the timing for like this move for Greninja. And then they already have that in their mind. They like drop shield early. Like, oh yeah, back air's already over, but then they get hit by like hit back air, or like back air 1-2, or back air like 2-3, and you can still convert off of that. It's strong and really good as any character, but especially as Greninja. So point number 3 is using your safest aerials. Using your safest aerials and spacing your aerials, right? Generally, you always want to be, especially if it's like Sephiroth, right? Okay. Sephiroth, Roy, Lucina, like a lot of these ranged characters, Mario sometimes, right? I'm like, okay, I want to be like a Mario and a half away. Or I want to be like at least half a Mario away, right? So I want to be like close enough to the point where like, okay, I can punish Mario, right? But if I need to, I can still, you know, punish something, or go in and punish something as he's attacking, right? And I think that's really important, because, you know, especially like, again, as Greninja or like Peach, right? Characters who like, at least Peach doesn't have like super great range, you're gonna want to get in, right? But a lot of aerials can just kind of beat you out, and so kind of like leaving that like space in between you, like, right? Even if you wind up whiffing, right? It's not like they can catch you, right? Greninja's aerials are really fast. I mean, all that to say, really, the second stock is like your stock. This is crucial. You want to be playing so good on the second stock. So once you get your opponent down to the third stock or the last stock, you guys are both have the same amount of stocks, right? That's why like getting that second stock is so important again, right? It's a mental thing, right? As much as it is kind of like a in-game thing, an advantage state thing. Now, like, you've got your opponent at like the same stock that you are. Winning is now become possible. You kind of got to keep in mind too, the reverse happens. I know a lot of people wind up kind of like choking on that like second stock. If they're up 3 stocks, which is how you wind up getting reverse 3 stock. That might make a video on getting anti 3 stock, playing anti 3 stock comeback. But anytime I'm in that situation, right, like my mind says like, look dude, like, he has 1 stock, I have 2 stocks. It is impossible for the game to register me as losing if I have 2 stocks. Literally just calm down, play patient. Stock number 2, most important stock. This is stock we get 0 to deaths, good reads, 0 to 90s, bread and butters, ledge trap if your character's really good at it, your character's win condition, right? If you have like, you know, kind of like down throw into 50-50, or down throw into like true confirm, something with Terry, right? Where he's like, okay, if I get this move here in this position at the ledge, right? True combos into like, you know, Buster Wolf or Power Geyser or Side B and kills. And so, I mean, that's like low-key exactly what I did. So I didn't want to play super overly aggressive, right? He got overly aggressive right there and went for a double grab. I didn't get a ton off of it, but like, especially here, right? One thing that I think is really good for Greninja that I don't see people do is like water. Use water in neutral. Obviously in the right positions, but no. So especially for a character like Greninja, right? Take things slowly, right? Take things in neutral interactions, right? Okay, I just got like jab near, I guess, right? I won neutral. I knew, after water shuriken, or after a tech chase situation, water shuriken, I'm going for optimal stuff. I'm going for damage. I'm not going for anything flashy, right? I'm just going for optimal things. Like, okay, what's guaranteed? Okay, well, if I hold shuriken for the right amount of time, it's going to cover pretty much every tech option. That was just a good call out. That was another thing. So there goes one of the things. Bread and butters that we just covered, and now good reads. That was a good read. Now he's at 72%, right? And just a second ago, he was at 0. I get a good read on his jump, and I think I pretty much melt this second stock. I go for the gimp. I don't get it. I do. There goes another one. So I read his jump from ledge setup. It might have just been like, I mean, I can't really remember why I decided to go for this. A lot of times I'll just mentally kind of keep track of like what a lot of people like to do. This guy in particular at Magma, he really liked to jump a lot. He liked to jump out of disadvantage. So I mean, that could have been it. I think he texted this though. Nope. So I go for down smash after, where it's used probably was not ready for that up air. And then I just get a really good like B reverse back air, which even if that hadn't killed, he would not have been able to make that back as Roy. So now, like, look at that dude. I'm like, I was at 3 stocks in like 30 seconds ago. He was up 3 stocks like 30 seconds ago. And now I am at like 45%. That, you know, Roy's a strong character. He can't kill me at 45%. Like, keep that in mind. He can't kill me at 45%. I have nothing to worry or stress out about. I have to kind of keep this like calm mentality about me though, because I can't get excited. As much as I want to, I can't get excited, because if you get excited about something that hasn't happened, then you're gonna lose.
And I can say that once you're in that position, it's different, because it's that control of emotion that gets you there. You just let go of everything you're thinking and feeling, and you just think, all right, the situation I have right now, how can I hit him next? You kind of are still in a place where you can't be excited about it, because if you're playing and you're excited about something that hasn't happened yet, then you're going to lose.
Now we're down to our third stock. Our third stock, we want to play super patient. All right. So third stock is the stock for strong reads. Patience, a lot of patience. Do not be afraid to play patient. And to kind of sit in the back and wait for them to do stuff and react to it and whiff punish and move around, find openings, but like play patient. Right? Edge cards are good, 0 to deaths are good, but I would play this stock a little bit slower. Right? You have nothing to lose. Your opponent is the one that's kind of freaking out now. They were just up 3 stocks. You took 2 stocks in like 30 seconds. That's a little scary. Lots of mix-ups, lots of cross-ups, lots of empty hops, lots of empty lands, lots of tomahawks. So it's now my third stock. I'm at 68%. I'm at a deficit, right? Some people could get freaked out by this. If you think about it, like especially most characters, unless you're Sheik, right, or like Pichu or something, right? Which like even Pichu's got stuff, right? Yeah, like I'm down 68%. That sucks. I'm like 2% away from 70, and Roy can probably kill me with side B or F smash. So number 1, look out for those 2 things, right? In tech chase situations, I probably want to roll in if I'm like near ledge. And you think about it, 68% is kind of a lot, but it's not that much for Greninja, right? Like 2 or 3 neutral interactions that last off, and I was able to bring everything back to like around about 70%. The great thing about Greninja is his damage output is like really good. So like, yeah, I'm at 68%, almost 70%. I can probably get that in either 1 good combo or 2 good neutral lands. Like look, you guys are both on the same stock, right? Like more than likely, like you're better than him. Look at that. Like you were down and now you're up. This is also another thing that I do, because like, right, get up attack franchise priority against everything. I literally just wait for people to like do stuff. I'm like, yeah, you're probably gonna do something. It's like, yeah, you're just like hitting an option. Like, yeah, you're probably gonna do something. So I'm just gonna like go to ledge and just wait for you to do something. I'm just gonna like sit here and it's like wait for you to get close and like throw something out, and then it's just free damage, right? So now he's at 11%. And sometimes there's this little like mental game. Tell me if this happens to you too. But if I don't get like the kill, or if I don't get like any percent, right? My like the next stock, right? My opponent's at 0. They're on their next stock. I just got the kill, and they're on like our next stock. I'm like okay, like if I get the hit next, then like I can like sort of break that little mental barrier and be like, okay, cool. Like I can get another hit, right? I can do this. He's not just gonna like 0 death mirror, just keep walling me out, or like, you know, we're still breaking that mental barrier down to where he thinks that he's gonna win this game, right? So that little like just like throwing out like a quick projectile just to get like some percent on the board, even if it's just like 1 fox laser, right? Is really good. So at this point, your opponent is panicking, right? You know, they've dropped the game. They're now down to the same stock that you are. You've been playing super solid, and you've just been like beating up on them for the past 2 stocks. Okay? Our first 3 stock is fresh on their mind. You're gaining the momentum, right? So at this point, they're going to do stuff like throw out F smashes, which I accordingly punish with a nair into a grab. Down throw dash attack. That's the down throw dash attack isn't completely true, but it's enough to the point like, okay, Roy's a fastball, I can probably do this. I probably should have, I can probably go for that. I probably should have went for either up smash or a back air here, because up air was just not true, but I wanted to try and like go for something. I wanted to get a hit by an air, but it's okay, right? Because I'm at like 73. Right? And like there's not really an aerial of Roy's that can kill me at 73 at this position. on the stage. So because they are like so scared right now, right? Use their aggression to your advantage, right? Like I just did. I kind of knew that he was gonna do that. He's been doing like option that ledge, and then like dash back F smash, right? So yeah, just play patient, play real patient, right? This was also another really good just play by me. So I'm like, okay, I have him in a tech chase situation. You gotta think smart, think patient. This is your last stock. This is the third stock. All right. So I go for the forward throw. I jump at him. Right. Okay. Greninja's probably gonna what? Like nair, jump nair, right? Jump back air. It's like this Greninja probably wants like nair fair, nair up smash. Okay. Well, you're in a tech chase situation, right? I could go for nair, go for something like read, or I could just like create a false illusion of my aggression, and then just like be reverse water shuriken, right? Now you're expecting me like all the way over there. You think you're safe. Now I've hit you with water shuriken. Like now he's at like 69%. All right. Just remember, like just a second ago when he was at 0 and I was at like 68. Like we were just like 1% away. All right. You still want to play calm. Almost disregard the fact that you've almost brought this back. I read. I just play the game, right? I get the rock paper scissors, right? And I grab him, do the forward throw. I was trying to, I think, go for like water, but I didn't quite get it. I always know he tries to go for something super aggressive at the ledge. I don't advise always going for this like drop down option off ledge, but because I know that he's just been playing super aggressive, I'm like, okay, all right, well I can probably do that. And even there, right, I got hit. I still spaced myself well enough to the point where, okay, yep, even if he hits me with something, I'll be fine. I got hit with like the weak hit. All right. And again, I'm playing super solidly. He expects me to fall with something. I empty hop, I shield, because at this point, right, also not being afraid to shield if your opponent doesn't have a kill throw is always super strong, right? Because there's nothing they can do. They might get a shield poke, so maybe don't do that when if your shield is low. But you also don't want to get your shield broken. So, but yeah, that's always an option, right? That is always an option. So there it goes again, right there, like where I was just, I mixed up my timing, right? Because a lot of people would expect you to do like Greninja back air just a little bit higher. But I mixed up my timing to the point where he was like, oh yeah, Greninja back air is probably done by now. He drops shield and gets hit by back air 2 and 3. I think this is where he dies. It's somewhere very close to here. I think I win neutral like one more time. Okay, so this is it. So this goes into one of the other things that I was talking about, where you want to use your character's safest moves and your best moves, right? You want to use your safest moves that give you the most options and most flexibility, because at this point, you're kind of at a point where like, next hit wins. But look at that, we're both at the same percent now. We're both at 102%. This is more than doable. I've made this climb, this comeback. He's scared now, right? He is, trying to get the kill by any means necessary, right? He's becoming more aggressive, and I'm using that to my advantage. I think there's a lot more to do with it mentally, also, as well as just like game smarts, right? More of kind of just being a psychologist than a player, right? Like you're human and they're human, right? Like you're as capable of winning this game, at making the game screen win, your character's victory screen show up, as they are, right? And in fact, it might be even more, since you're the one who made the 3-stock comeback, is making the 3-stock comeback and just making all the right plays, all the right reads. And I think that's really, that's important to keep in mind, right? Like you didn't come this far just to come this far, right? You didn't come back from 3 stocks at 102%, just to get hit by like a random F smash and lose, right? Like you're smarter than that, right? And the fact that you've made this comeback so far probably means I'm probably not gonna like just get hit by something random. But like right here, I perfectly space a nair like right above the ground at the right part so that it auto cancels perfectly. He goes for something. What was that? I think it was that an F smash? Yeah, so yeah, and again, like I've just caught on to the fact that he'd been doing that like so much that game. Like choose an option, step back, F smash. He's scared at this point. He wants the game to be over, and I know that. So I time a nair to the point where it cannot be, it can't be grabbed. I roll behind him, and I think that was a thing too. Cause is it so? Correct me if I'm wrong, but if you do something on somebody's shield, it winds up being more laggy. All right. So I started nair up here, thinking that, you know, it was gonna like hit his shield, making him think it was gonna hit his shield. Okay, I'm gonna be able to punish that with the grab. Nope. I punish his grab with the dash attack. He's in this situation. So tell me what's going through your mind in this situation, like right here. You're came back on a Greninja. You were at 3 stocks. Now you're down to 1. You just got dash attacked by a Greninja at 102 or 5 or whatever it was %. Macro input macro input full hop fair. I could go for upper. I could go for raw back air. Raw back air might be the only thing that's true. I could try and go for a frame trap with fair. Right? But remember earlier in the game when I read his jump from ledge, why I decided to go for this. A lot of times I'll just mentally kind of keep track of like what a lot of people like to do. This guy in particular at Magma, he really liked to jump a lot. Pretty much this entire game, I capitalized on the fact that he jumps. This guy jumps a lot, and we'd played a couple of sets before this, so like I remember, I'm like, okay, anytime I go for like dash attack up smash, I might go for like an up tilt or up air to see if we can like keep the loops going. And every time he jumped right after. So like, okay, he's probably not gonna air dodge, right? Because he's not really the air dodge type. He's more aggressive, very aggressive Roy. Hints like the jab, F smash, insert option, F smash, right? It's something that is kind of just been like a reoccurring thing, right? So he's either probably going to like attack, right? He's probably gonna try and like combo break, throw out some option, right? Or he's gonna jump. I think he's gonna jump. I think he's too afraid to throw out an option. So I capitalized on this. I remember this. The entire set is like all just coming back to me all at once. And I'm like, this guy likes to jump. He's not going to attack, right? And that's a little bit risky to choose that, because I will say a lot of comebacks fail, not necessarily because like you get red, right? Because like, again, you're making the comeback. Like you're probably in a better place as far as like momentum goes mentally than your opponent, right? A lot of it fails because like you're in disadvantage. You're in advantage, right? You're in advantage, and because you're at such a high percent, they mash something, they throw something out. So that's kind of why, like, I don't know, if it's not like a true 100% like confirmed bread and butter, like I generally just try not to go for it. Like when I went for that like dash attack up air earlier, like I probably shouldn't have gone for that. I probably should have just like stepped back. And never feel ashamed to just like step back or like wait it out to see an option. I don't like to see what that stupid Zelda did. If I can find it on Hungrybox's channel, I think that DQ was warranted. That's a different story for a different day. But yeah, so this is a bit of a risk because he could probably up air me here, and like when I jump, he could probably like fastball up air, and I might die because I'm so light. But the entire game comes back, and I read his jump, and there goes the game. And so that's how to make a 3-stock comeback. It's really not as daunting as you think, right? To recap, stock 1, you're probably like more than likely like you're already there. You're already like more than halfway there. Your opponent is like probably at kill percent, right? Probably at kill percent by now, or like just under it. Greninja's got great kill power, right? I'm just a good player, right? And I'm down 3 stocks, right? It's not super crazy to think like, okay, I do one or two smart things and like I get the stock. Second stock, play super solid, right? Get all the reads, all the right reads. Like it's just such a mindset shift,
really funny,
right? And just like kind of keeping that in mind, like like I don't have to lose this game, right? Like I'm a good player and he's a good player too. Like I said, like Greninja doesn't really have any like true 0 to deaths or anything. It doesn't really have anything like Peach or anything like Luigi. or Ices or Kazuya, which making a 3-stock comeback with those characters, I guess, is much easier because you do have like those choose 0 deaths. But I mean, especially with like Ices and Kazuya and movie feats, like imagine getting your 0 death from a grab. But like, yeah, like Greninja doesn't really have that. It doesn't really have any cheats, so you just gotta play like super. You just gotta be playing well. You just gotta be a good player. All right. That was a really good read on his part. And then that 3rd stock is slowly chip away. That's the patient stock. Stock number 2 is the smart stock, and then you get that one smart read. You get that one smart read, and it's over. Oh wait, no. I guess I was supposed to tell you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. So I do that. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Do all the things, all those things, all the YouTube things, all the Fresh Cut things, the Instagram things, the Twitter things, and I'll see you guys later. Oh wait, no. I mean, meeting adjourned. Meeting adjourned.